Hey guys, welcome back. Today in day 5, part 1. First we will talk about the closures, and then from first part for closure we will go over closure expression, and we use as a sorted method as an example to going over syntax, inferring type from context, and some basic items about the closure. So for playground, as usual, we make a brand new playground, and we started, with closure command, and here we will start to writing our codes. So let's go to our resource. So in Swift.org, we will go to language guide and then closure, and we will have all about the closure, all we need to know about the closure. This is good, but in after last part we will have one extra part for day 7 we approach to closure in different way, and if you don't want to spend all of your time for these first 6 parts, you can just ignore these and go to part 7 directly to review all about the closure much faster, and with more makes sense examples or sample code. Okay, so let's start going by detail and official resource. So closure. Closure are self-contained blocks of functionality that can be passed around and used in your code. Closure in Swift are similar to blocks in C and Objective-C, and lambdas in other programming languages. Closure can capture and store references to any constants and variable from the context in which they are defined. So this wants to tell us that closure are reference type. So it can capture reference from constant and variables. We will go over, I believe in part 3 of today, we will go over that. This is known as closing over those constants and variables. Swift handle all of the memory management of capturing for you. So, and here in comment note that said, don't worry if you don't know about the capturing values. Yes, I believe in part 2 or 3 we will go over that. So global and nested functions, as introduced in function just in day 6 we went over, are actually a special case of closure. Closure take one of 3 forms. Global functions are closure that have a name and do not capture any value. Nested functions are closures that have a name and can capture value from their enclosing function. Closure expressions are unnamed closure written in lightweight syntax that can capture value from their surrounding context. Swift's closure expression have a clean, clear style with optimization that encourage brief, clutter-free syntax in common scenarios. These optimization include inferring parameter and return value types from context, implicit return from single expression closure, shortened argument names. Shortened argument names, it's really useful, and even trailing closure syntax. Okay, so let's start first title about the closure. Closure expression. Nested functions, as introduced in nested functions, just day 6, are convenient means of naming and define self-contained blocks of code as part of a large function. However, it is sometimes useful to write shorter version of function like construct without a full declaration and name. This is particularly true when you work with function or methods that take functions as one or more of their arguments. Okay, so closure expressions are a way to write inline closure in a brief, focused syntax. Closure expression provides several syntax optimization for writing closure in shortened form without loss of clarity or intent. We will go over just in below. The closure expression example below illustrate these optimization by referring a single example of sorted by method overall several iteration, each of which expression the same functionality in a more succinct I can't pronounce this good way. Okay, so the sorted method. Okay, so what is the sorted method? Sorted method is the way that it's a method that helps us to sort an array. Okay, so for that we say sorted by, and after by we use one closure. So here we have this array. Let's have it in our playground. But for sorting that, we need to pass one method to tell that how we want it sorted. So we use here as a function backward. So we get S1, S2, and we return S1 bigger than S2. So this is the function. So we can use in this way. Okay, but what if we want to just use inline closure? Yes, we can do that. So for doing that, closure we need to know closure expression syntax. So official closure expression syntax is in this way. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, let me make it comment because it's not a code valid code here. And here's it said backward. Yeah, it's okay now. So it's going to be like this. So if we want to write it down, for example, by in sorted, just in line of for sorted parameter here to here, you'll see just this is a close parenthesis for this guy, and here is inline our closure. You will see this is the complete part. Okay, but now with different features in Swift closure, we can start to make it shorter and shorter or more simple. So here we go. Here we said, okay, because the body of the closure is so short, it can even be written on a single line. So this one was in 2 lines, now we make it in a single line. Okay, let me write description here for our playground, for our GitHub. Okay, so inferring time from context. Okay, so here as we see, this is a string, and this is Boolean. So we mentioned that, okay? But when we give value to this, we can infer. We know that Swift can do that. So we can eliminate this, and this. So let's doing that. So here you'll see that it's gonna be even easier. Okay, also we have another feature in Swift closure by the name of implicit return for single expression closure, which means that even this return is not required. So we can implicit that, okay? And shortened argument name. Okay, so here we use the argument name S1 and S2, but we can even make it short. So we call this 0, 1, doesn't matter what is the name, and this one's, sorry, $0 and $1. Here we go. So you see how shorter is this now. So we make this function to this, but even we can do more. So we, by the name of operator method, we can make it by this. So even we can eliminate these two. So this gonna be even the shortest way you can do this. Okay, so this is how closure in Swift will be useful for us to use easy, just coding and less coding. Yeah, that's it for part 1, and in part 2 we will go over trailing closure, which is some nice feature from Swift closures. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you like the video. If you like it, please make sure to give it thumbs up, and also don't forget to be subscribed for more video all coming every day. And if you have any question, please ask in comment below. I will be more than happy to help you and answer your questions. And I wish the best for you. Have a good one. Bye bye.